Mike. How you doing today?
Hey, good. How you doing?
Good, and nice to see you
Hey,
again.
good to see you too.
Good. So today, I know we've gone over a lot of things in regards to ADP and payroll.
Yep.
But what I really want to do today is talk about a piece that sets ADP apart from our competitors, and that's our HR piece. So this is integrated into our payroll platform, which you've already seen.
Yep.
But we've never actually taken a deeper dive into this.
Okay.
So after we do that, think while I'm going through this demonstration, think of you of any clients that could maybe benefit from some of these features and keep them more compliant.
Okay.
Okay, so we're up on the run site right now, and you see that HR 411 button.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to click on HR 411, and it's going to bring you to this home screen here. So you've got a ton of features, and I'll go through them one by one. But first, we're going to start off with job descriptions. So if you're a new employer and you have to put some job descriptions in place to bring employees on board, all you would do is click on job descriptions, and ADP has a database of 250 of them. So they're customizable. You can add things, take things out, whatever it is. But you can create them here through our system. If you go back, another huge piece is our employee handbook. So this is what we really like to call an insurance policy for the business. Every business owner should really have one in place, and if they don't, they really can't afford not to.
I agree.
So here's just an example of one that ADP created, and it's customizable. You're going to have the company logo on the front, but it's going to have all the rules and regulations that the employees need to abide by. So it's kind of like a multiple choice quiz. You would go into the employee handbook button and just type in the company information, how many employees, and get started. And then we're going to ask you a bunch of multiple choice questions. So you're going to answer the questions, and we're going to spit out an employee handbook for the employees. So once it's done being created, it's going to email to all the employees, and they're going to electronically authorize that they agree to the terms and conditions. This is so important because I'll give you an example. I actually had a client who their employee was going on Facebook, and they were completely bashing the company. So now that social media is so big, it can really affect a business in a negative or positive way. So the employer ended up letting the employee go. So the employee went to court, and the court just said, show me your social media policy within your employee handbook. The employer did not have a social media policy, let alone a handbook at all. So what happened was the employee collected, and now the state unemployment rate is up, and now the employer is stuck. They didn't really do anything wrong, but if they had an employee handbook in place, this could have really helped them out in a scenario like that.
Wow.
Do you have any employees or any clients where maybe they don't have an employee handbook in place?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch, but they're kind of small.
Okay. The client that this happened to was actually a 5-man company.
Okay.
So just think about, even the smaller guys really need to stay protected, even more so than the larger guys, because there may be a cash business where they can't afford for their state unemployment rate to go up. But this is going to really keep them safe.
Okay.
So we can go back to the home screen here. Once you have your employee handbook and your job descriptions in place, now you can really begin to hire your employees. So ADP has a product called ADP Hiring.
Okay.
And do you know what your clients are doing today for bringing employees on board?
Probably a lot of word of mouth, employee referrals. I think some of them use Craigslist. I know some of them use job boards like Career Builder and Indeed and stuff like that. So it's all over the map. It depends on how much turnover they have and really what kind of employees the business is looking to bring on.
Sure. So one of the greatest things about ADP, aside from payroll, is that we're going to help attract and retain the key employees, the right people.
Okay.
So we have a video here, and I'm going to show this to you because it's very self-explanatory. But basically, it's going to help them all the way through getting employees in the door, reviewing their resumes, and then screening them.
Okay.
So here it goes. So pretty self-explanatory, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Do you think that would help some of your employers today who are going on Craigslist, or they're just asking friends of friends to come into their business?
Yeah, I think someone will use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you have those employees on board, maybe you want to run a background check on them. So these days, especially in restaurant industries, I work with a lot of restaurants, there's a ton of turnover, and there's a lot of criminal acts going on, so especially cash businesses. So these background checks will check the employees for criminal, sex offender, social security, and address. They would just go into this button here, and they would put in the employee's name and social under a screen new candidate, and then within a few minutes they're going to have a pre-screen back.
Okay.
So do you think this would help some of your clients maybe just instead of going through a long interview process and then find out that their employee was not a good one, maybe just get that out of the way right off the bat?
Yeah, as long as it doesn't cost a lot, and I think someone will do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the great thing about this is it's all included into your payroll package.
Oh, wow.
It's no additional fee. So, go back into HR. Now, what I have found from my clients is really the greatest piece about this is the HR help desk. So this is someone that actually sits in our office in Milford, and they're SHRM certified in HR for over 10 years experience. So right now, where are your clients going when they have an HR question?
They call me, some of them.
Okay.
I'm sure some of them just figure it out on their own too.
Any clients calling attorneys that might charge them for questions being on the phone?
Not that I know of, but if they're not calling me, then it's a complicated issue, then they're probably calling attorneys, yeah.
Yeah, so either it's charging the client if they're talking to an attorney, or it's taking a lot of your time. This is a feature that ADP has to eliminate that.
Okay.
So there's going to be a number that the client can call right in here, and they can call them as many times as they want. So whether they use the feature 5 times a year or 100 times, it's never going to cost them anything. So questions like, someone got pregnant, they need to go on maternity leave. How do I legally let them go? How much time do they give them? What forms do they have to sign? ADP is going to give you all those answers.
Okay.
Okay. And then the last piece is our HR training. So say you have a client who has different managers for different jobs. Maybe they're a landscaper and they have a manager on one team that's doing one job and a manager on another team. And these managers really need to be trained on HR themselves. So if you're a small business and you don't have the funds to bring an HR department in, ADP is here to give you that resource. And there's a ton of trainings you can look through here, but they can train the managers on benefits, on compensation, discipline. The list goes on, it's really endless. So do you have any clients that you think could benefit from our HR expertise here in these trainings?
Yeah, I might. Let me think about it, I'll get back to you.
Okay. So that pretty much completes the HR piece on the payroll.
Okay.
What are your thoughts about it? Do you think it's something all in all that will help most of your clients?
Yeah, I mean, not most of them, because I do have a lot of small clients, like I said, so there's definitely some, but I'll think about some and I'll get back to you.
Okay. Well, when's the last time that a client called you in regards to an HR question they had?
I don't remember, maybe a few weeks ago. I can't remember what the question was at this point.
Okay. Do you remember who the client was?
No. Let me ask Sally, my receptionist, and I'll see, because she's connected to the clients too. I'll see who it was for you.
Okay.
Maybe.
Sure. And let me ask you this. I mean, in your 20 years experience as a CPA, have you ever had clients that have had issues with their employees? Maybe it was just bringing on the wrong employee in general, or maybe having an employee that was not abiding by the rules and they had to let go?
Yeah, plenty.
Okay. So do you think maybe doing a background check on them right off the bat and then having them sign off on an employee handbook with all the rules and regulations would help?
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
Avoid situations
Yeah.
like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What clients can I speak to?
Why don't you call John's Plumbing?
John's Plumbing, okay, and I'll get the contact information from your secretary on the way out. Who else is in a similar situation?
Let's see, Mike's Machinery.
Okay. Who else do you have?
That's say, let me go back through my client book and I'll see who else I might have for you.
Okay, I would say any clients that you see in your client book over 5 employees
Mhm.
would be a good fit for this product.
Okay.
Every single employee that they have is more liability, so once you get to that number 5, I mean, you really need to be protected.
Okay.
So go through your list. If they have 5 employees or more, do you think you can just write down the client name, contact info, so that I can give them a call, see if they want to take a look?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks for meeting with me.
All right, good.
Good to see you.
All right, thank you.